What if I told you there are secret rules? Rules they don't want you to know about. Rules they don't want you to know about. Today, I'm going to expose every single one of them. For the next 20 minutes, I'm going to reveal the elite's darkest power secrets. I guarantee that by the end of this video, you will see the world in a completely different way. These aren't just theories, these are the unwritten laws that have been used for centuries, kings, presidents, billionaires to get to the top and stay there. And today, I'm giving them all to you. This is literally the ultimate guide to power. We're going to break down 10 of the most forbidden, most effective, most shocking laws of power ever created. I spent hundreds of hours researching this, and what I found will blow your mind. The people at the very top of society operate on a completely different level, and it's all because they understand these hidden principles. They use them to control everything, and they count on you never finding out. So, if you've ever felt like the game is rigged, it's because it is. But what if I told you that you could learn the rules? What if you could use these same secrets to level up your own life? The first secret is one of the most important, and it's something the powerful will never admit to you. It's simple. Never outshine the master. Have you ever had a great idea at work only for your boss to get weird about it? That's this law in action. The people in charge, your bosses, your mentors, whoever, need to feel secure. They need to feel like they are the smartest, most competent people in the room. When you come along and show them up, even accidentally, you make them look weak. And that is the fastest way to get yourself fired or pushed aside. The elite know this. They never make their superiors feel threatened. The second secret is something straight out of a spy movie, but billionaires use it every single day. Politicians use it every single day. The law is, conceal your intentions. Think of it like a game of poker. Do you show everyone your cards before you bet? Of course not. You'd lose every single time. The same thing applies to life. The same thing applies to business. If you go around telling everyone your true goals, your real plans, you give them the power to stop you. They can prepare for your moves. They can sabotage your efforts. They can use your own ambitions against you. The truly powerful almost never reveal what they're actually trying to achieve, until it's too late for anyone to do anything about it. They use misdirection. They'll create decoys, making it seem like they want one thing, when they're really after something else entirely. Imagine a company announcing a big push into one market, causing all their competitors to focus their resources there. But secretly, the company's real goal is to dominate a completely different, smaller market that everyone is now ignoring. By the time the competition figures it out, the game is already over. This is how the elite operate. They keep their true motives wrapped in mystery, making it impossible for rivals to predict their next move. It keeps everyone guessing, and that confusion is a massive advantage. So how do you use this? You learn to keep your mouth shut. This next secret is so simple, but it's one of the hardest to master. And it's a law the most powerful people in the world live by. Always say less than necessary. We live in a world where everyone is constantly talking, tweeting, and sharing every single thought. The elite do the opposite. They understand that the more you talk, the more likely you are to say something foolish. Every extra word is a potential weakness. When you speak with brevity, every word you say has more weight, more impact. People lean in to listen. They try to figure out what you're really thinking, and in doing so, they reveal more about themselves. Think about the most powerful people you know. Do they babble on and on? No, they are often quiet and deliberate with their words. When they speak, everyone stops to listen because it's a rare event. Their silence creates an aura of power and mystique. In a negotiation, the person who talks the most is usually the one who loses. They fill the silence with nervous chatter, revealing their weaknesses, their deadlines, how badly you want the deal. The powerful person stays quiet, lets the other side talk themselves into a corner, and then, with just a few carefully chosen words, they seal the deal on their terms. Silence is a weapon. Secret number 4 is something the elite will protect with their lives, because honestly it's more valuable than any amount of money. The law is, so much depends on reputation, guard it with your life. Your reputation is the cornerstone of your power. It's how the world perceives you before you even walk into a room. A strong reputation can intimidate your enemies, win you allies, and make people want to do business with you without you even having to ask. It's like an invisible shield and an invisible weapon all at once. The elite spend millions, sometimes even billions, on public relations to craft and protect their reputations because they know it's the ultimate currency. Once your reputation is established, it does most of the work for you. This next secret seems to go against the last one, but it's a paradox the elite have mastered. The law is, court attention at all costs. In the world of power, it's actually better to be attacked and criticized than to be ignored. If no one knows who you are, you have no power, you're invisible. Attention, good or bad, is a form of currency. It keeps them relevant. It keeps them in the public consciousness. Think about the most famous people in the world. They are constantly in the headlines, sometimes for amazing things, sometimes for scandals, but they are never, ever ignored. They remain the center of attention. They create spectacles so all eyes are on them. They attach their names to controversial things, they attach their names to sensational things because it gets people talking. A dull, quiet presence is forgotten. A bold, even notorious one is remembered. Once you have the public's attention, you have a platform to influence, shape the narrative, promote your brand, destroy your enemies. Being ignored is the slow death of power. They'd rather be hated than irrelevant. That's why you see them on every magazine cover, every talk show, all over your social media feed. It's a calculated strategy to dominate the spotlight. So how can you apply this? This next secret is going to sound brutal, but honestly, it is one of the most common power moves in history. The law is, get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. The most powerful people almost never do the heavy lifting themselves. They are masters of delegation. They find talented, hardworking people, use their skills, use their time, use their energy to advance their own goals. It's about conservation of energy. Why spend hours toiling away at a task when you can find someone else to do it for you, freeing you up to focus on the bigger picture, finding the next opportunity, planning your next power move? But here's the critical part. You must always take the credit. Secret number 7 is about flipping the entire power dynamic on its head. The law is, make other people come to you, use bait if necessary. The person who is always reacting to others, always going to meetings on their turf, always responding to their calls. The person who forces others to come to them, to play on their home field, is the one in control. When people come to you, they are entering your territory. They are on the defensive. You control the environment. You control the timing. You control the agenda. This puts them in a position of weakness and gives you a massive psychological advantage before the negotiation even begins. This next law is the darkest and most forbidden one we've talked about so far. It's what separates the amateurs from the true masters of power. And the law is, crush your enemy totally. Many people make the mistake of showing mercy to their rivals. They win a battle but leave their enemy wounded, not destroyed. They think it makes them look noble. A fatal error. A wounded enemy is the most dangerous thing in the world. They have nothing left to lose. They will spend all their time plotting revenge. They will wait for your mistake and strike when you are weakest. The elite understand this. They don't stop until a rival is completely neutralized. They don't just want to win. They want to annihilate. Secret number 9 is incredibly manipulative, and it's a tactic the elite use to disarm even their most suspicious rivals. The law is, use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. Everyone expects the powerful to be deceitful and self-serving. So when you suddenly act with surprising honesty or generosity, it shatters their expectations. It confuses them. A small act of kindness, a single truthful confession can create a crack in their armor. It makes you seem like a decent, trustworthy person. We've reached the final and perhaps most unsettling secret of the elite. This is how they maintain control over long periods of time. The law is, keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. If people know what to expect from you, they can prepare. They can build defenses. But if your actions are completely unpredictable, they are always kept off balance. They never know when you'll be kind and when you'll be cruel. This constant uncertainty is exhausting and terrifying. It forces them to be constantly cautious, trying to interpret your every mood and action. It gives you immense power over them. The powerful often cultivate a reputation for being volatile. One day they might reward a subordinate lavishly for a small success, and the next day, they might fly into a rage over a minor mistake. There's no rhyme or reason to it, and that's the point. This calculated inconsistency keeps everyone around them on edge. People become so focused on trying to please you and avoid your wrath that they have no time or energy left to plot against you. And there you have it. 10 of the darkest, most forbidden secrets the elite use to gain and hold on to power. From never outshining the master to crushing your enemy totally, these laws govern a world that is hidden from most of us. Now you can see the patterns. You can see these laws in action every single day, in the news, in your workplace, and in history. Knowledge is the first step. But what you do with this knowledge is what truly matters. Will you use it to defend yourself, to understand the world on a deeper level, or to start strategically climbing the ladder yourself? These laws are not about being good or evil, they are about being effective. They are tools, and like any tool, they can be used for construction or destruction. The powerful have used them for centuries to build their empires, often at the expense of others. By understanding them, you've taken back a piece of that power. You are no longer just a pawn in a game you don't understand. You can now see the moves before they happen, and you can start planning your own. The world is a competitive place, and being naive is not a virtue, it's a liability. Remember that these principles are at play whether you choose to use them or not. Ignoring them won't make them go away. It will just make you more vulnerable to those who don't. The choice is yours. Use this knowledge wisely and start looking at every interaction as an opportunity to shift the balance of power in your favor. You now have the secret playbook of the elite. Go use it. If you found this video valuable, do me a favor. Hit the like button, it really helps the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, and tap the bell icon so you never miss content like this. And in the comments, tell me which of these laws you're going to apply first. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember you are not just living in reality, you are creating it.